Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Behind the Game with PJ, live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Priscilla Joseph.
Welcome in Behind the Game with PJ, here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. I am Rico. You have heard my voice for long enough today. So I'm going to throw it over to the host, the main attraction of this show, the one and only Priscilla Joseph. And you guys can join in 402-464-5685, Honda of Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line, Starter Heyman Jewels live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Join in. Priscilla, I will let you take it away.
Hey. Rico's tired, y'all. Y'all
just a little bit,
him.
Man. I've been here for a while.
It's all right. We're going to give your voice a little rest.
Thank you so much.
Well, we want to welcome Kaine Williams to the show. Welcome, Kaine.
How y'all
That's
doing?
my little background since. Thank you. We're going to give him a break since he's a little tired. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So how is Lincoln, Nebraska treating you?
It's treating me
Be honest. Look, listen, we keep it real here. I told everybody, I was like, I'm gonna have to give you guys got to give me more time because I can't. If I tell you now, I'm gonna say I don't like it, and then you guys are gonna be mad. So just give me some more time. But it's different, right?
Yeah, it's different a lot.
I mean, but you're from, so everyone that's tuning in, Kaine Williams is from Louisiana, New Orleans,
West Bank.
West Bank. Okay. So he is from Louisiana because Rico likes to give me a hard time that I claim Louisiana since my whole family is from there. So
you were born
in Arizona, and I just met fellow Arizona.
How did you not know that?
I had no idea. Listen, I don't know. Do you know how many football players there is?
180 something.
Yeah, and I'm responsible for about 12 of them.
Expand your horizons.
I am. Look, he's not even a wide receiver.
Well, there you go.
See, you should be proud of me.
A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. I'm proud of you.
Aren't you proud of me for what I did this past weekend?
I am. You flashed the horns down.
I went.
Good for you.
And I even did it right.
I
was like,
did you have to think about it?
I did when I saw them because they were like throwing them up, and I was like, oh, Texas. And then they're like, looked at me like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, yeah, I don't like you. And then afterwards, Mickey was like, you need to stop.
It's necessary. Sorry about it.
I was like, I just learned this thing.
15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct.
I just learned it. It was a new trick, and I was trying to play it and see how it worked, and it worked well. They were upset that I threw them down.
Good.
So I made Rico
always
happy.
make Texas fans mad.
And look, I made Rico happy because last time on our last show, we were trying to pick teams for the College World Series, Texas in it. So I was like, oh, I'm going to root for Texas because Mickey's cousin coaches at Texas, and I almost lost a lot of fans. A lot of people were upset that I was going to root for Texas, and then Rico had to show me the whole horns down thing and how we don't like Texas. So no, we don't like Texas. Okay. For the last 5 years, I hated Alabama. So now we hate Texas.
You can continue to hate Alabama. That's fine.
Okay. No, I do. I don't think I will ever like Alabama unless they start paying my bills. But for now, I learned the whole Texas thing. So yeah, Rico should be proud of me.
I am. Good job.
Thanks. So anyway, Rico gives me a hard time about claiming Louisiana. But you are from there, and you are a transfer from Alabama. So automatically my first question is, what was your experience in the transfer portal? Like the whole process. I mean, you were in the transfer portal for less than a month. Yeah, I think it was like 3 weeks. 3 or 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
It was in
It
a
was
whole
like
month.
3.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole month. You were in it very shortly. So like, why the transfer portal? Why choose to go somewhere else now?
Honestly, like it was like a mutual thing. From my end and the coaches in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't leave like on bad terms with them. Like
Good.
But once I did enter the portal, there had a few schools contact me. The 3 I was interested in was, of course, Nebraska, Kansas, and Indiana. But the reason I wasn't in it so long is because I entered it late.
Okay.
So, like, I had to find somewhere to, like, find a new home before, like, summer workouts and all of that started. So,
there's a certain cutoff date that
yeah.
you had to be out of there before you get stuck.
So that's why I decided, like, I had took first I took a official to Kansas. It was pretty good, and then once I came up here, like it just felt like this is where I need to be at. So from there, well, when we was on the plane, I landed back in New Orleans. So I had told Coach Mick and Coach Frost that, like, this is where I'm gonna be at, this is where I'm gonna come.
Yeah.
I'm committed. And like everybody was very excited. Then from there, I stayed home for like about another week and a half or 2. And then it was time for me to come up here on June 1st.
Yeah.
So since then,
now you guys are all settled into your new apartment.
Yeah.
Now you're in classes, in A class or classes.
Yeah, I'm only taking one right now.
Okay.
This summer.
Nice.
Taking stats.
So what do you think about this weather? It's not as hot as Louisiana. Is this a win on the weather?
It's a win on it for right now because it don't get that cold in Louisiana. And
oh man, listen, so that cold. It's not very nice.
Yeah, so like
it was not very nice to us.
You experienced a decent winter.
Y'all keep saying that, but the wind kept slapping me in the face. So to me, it wasn't very nice to me.
Ma'am, 2 years ago, it got to -20.
Okay.
I ain't never been in nothing negative.
Yeah.
I've been in probably like 30, 32, 34, nothing negative.
By the end of winter, 30 was like, yes.
30 was
so
30
good.
was like t-shirts and shorts.
Yeah. It really was though.
It was -20 with like 2 feet of snow on the ground a couple of years. 2 years ago.
We didn't get. We got a little bit of snow.
Sprinkles.
Like the first day we got here, and that was it. But we'll get used to it. I mean, all right. So people will say that I guess the Twitterverse, they like to give Mickey credit on your doing, but your safety. What's your connection with Mickey?
I've been knowing Mickey for years now. We from the same place back home in New Orleans. My mom, husband, Carlin, and Mickey are actually cousins. So, like, when Mickey was at LSU, he was recruiting me there. And even before, like, my high school rankings, offers, and all of that, like, we've been knowing each other. So, when it came down to me coming up here for a visit, like, it was nothing new. Like, like we both understood, like,
you trusted him.
Yeah, I trust him, and like we know what the plan is.
He knew what you were looking for.
Yeah.
You knew what he was looking for. It was communicated. The trust was there.
Yeah.
And the decision was easier.
Yeah, way easier.
Good. So sorry, I wrote down this question. I'm trying to rephrase it. All right. So you're going to be a black shirt is what they call it here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that means or like the history of it?
If
not, we can ask Rico because he knows, because I don't. But
I think I have a little understanding of it. I guess that's like one of the starters on the defense. That's all I really know. I think I heard somebody say that or tell me that before. So that's all I know about it.
I like that they have like their own like logos, their own little name. Not no offense, that made more people get upset. It's not like a little thing, but it's I like that they have reference to the defense, and it
Yeah.
sounds very intimidating,
Hmm.
and it's really cool. And I was like, I want a shirt, but I can't get one.
Yeah, like when I first started hearing the word black shirt,
Hmm.
I was like, what is they talking about?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about too. I was like, what is this black shirt thing that you guys keep
Right.
talking about? So you think we're gonna be a black shirt?
Yeah, of course.
So what's the rapport? What's the feeling like in the locker room? What is on the field? What is it? A lot of camaraderie on the field. You guys getting along? You hanging out with players off the field right now, or are you guys still trying to like get to know each other?
Nah, it didn't take long at all for me to like, to get to know the players in the locker room, especially like the DBs and all of that, like the secondary. Since I've been up here in June, I think it was last week, and we all had went somewhere. We went to Omaha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we went.
What'd
to
you guys
Omaha.
do in Omaha? Oh, hung out.
They
Oh,
hung out.
sorry. My bad.
They hung out.
Never mind.
They went to Top Golf.
See, that's why
And
Rico's
they
here.
they went around the city, explored the old market,
Yeah,
Look at
just had some
that.
fun.
ate some delicious food.
Yeah.
I like how he looked at his girl like quick. He's like, "Wait, what do I say
Look,
now?"
this is it. I got you.
What's the answer?
I got you.
Rico came in for the rest of you.
See, look at that. Look, same thing. You just go. You just walk around. You explore it. Maybe went to
I
the
still
zoo.
haven't really explored Omaha.
That's your fault.
Listen.
You've been here long enough.
I've been here for 6 months.
Yeah, that's long enough. It's 45 minutes away.
It is okay. Listen. We had this conversation last time.
Oh yeah, you don't
How
drive.
fast are you driving? Because I'm driving 90 miles an hour, and it still takes me a good hour to get there.
The speed limit is 75. You go 80 or 84.
Police
doesn't
officers.
matter.
I'm not really
84.
speeding. I'm just trying
It's
to
fine.
get.
Look, if you don't go 10 over, you should be good. But I usually go a nice 4 or 5 over. You're good. They won't pull you over.
Hey,
Takes
we
45
got
minutes.
there, got there like 30 something minutes.
There's
40.
no way. Like
It's not that bad.
promise.
Look, if there's no traffic, you're good. You just keep the cruise on. You just
First
go.
of all, you guys have to add that another like 20 minutes from what side of town I'm leaving
yeah.
from.
Not my fault.
So it takes a good hour.
You chose to live over there.
It's true, I did.
Sorry, you live on the south side of town.
I
You know what that means.
don't know that, but now I know you're a reference because Rico's always gives me a hard time. Listen, Rico.
This is your show. No.
Yeah, and you'd be putting me on blast on my own show.
You're welcome.
Rico, you have anything to ask Kaine?
What would you say the biggest difference, not on the field, the biggest difference between Alabama and Nebraska, like in the locker room?
Honestly, I feel like it's really like, no difference, because when I was at Bama, like we all got along with each other, like same here. Everybody, like, they don't, like, everybody was welcoming.
Mhm.
So it wasn't like hard to, like, mingle around with your teammates and all of that. So it wasn't hard. Like it's not no big difference or difference at all.
Did you like living in Alabama?
Yeah, it was cool for the most part.
You was too busy to do
What's-
anything?
Is Tuscaloosa bigger than Lincoln?
No.
Smaller or like the
Smaller.
same? Smaller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it might be the same,
But they don't have as much.
Yeah, they don't have as much. Like it's little. Like you have to drive to Birmingham or Atlanta
Mhm.
to go have some fun or something like that. But here, like, they have different little things
Yeah.
around here, like way more stuff, like different stores.
That's what I said about Baton Rouge. Like Baton Rouge is ultimately bigger than Lincoln, but Lincoln has way more stuff than Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
So whenever people think LSU, they just immediately go New Orleans. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's in New Orleans." It's,
Yeah, no,
all this
that's like
stuff.
30
Like, Yeah,
minutes.
that's not.
That was like 30 minutes from my
That's not
house
the same thing. That's not the
to
same
the airport. 30 minutes.
What would you consider your biggest strength?
I don't know how I could put this, but I feel like I just say what helps me, like uh, stay my like be myself is I feel like I'm 16 hours away from home, and like I just don't get homesick like that. So I feel like I don't have to rush back home to see my people or nothing like that. As long as I talk to them every day. Um, like I'm a person that really don't do too much, so I'm very simple. So like I really don't have to go find attention or do anything So I really just stay to myself. It'd be me, my girl, and we have 2 dogs. So
Those are his kids.
Yeah, that's our kids. So
They really are.
What kind of dogs are they?
2 golden doodles.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
he's
lot of
7 months.
energy.
Yeah,
That's a lot of energy.
there's a lot of energy.
So what's going to be an asset that you're going to bring to Nebraska
Um,
on the field?
really a little bit of everything. Like my game, since Lil League, um, like I was always, let me see how I could put this. Like I played both sides of the ball since Lil League,
Okay.
but like when I was on defense, I was always like a run stopper, um,
What does that mean?
coming down making tackles.
Okay.
When I was small, I didn't know what an interception was. I just knew how to hit. Like I've been seeing on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, like these 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds catching interceptions and running back the other way. Like I didn't know what none of that was.
You're just trying to take somebody's head off.
Yeah. So like going into middle school, I played quarterback for my middle school, and I played safety like when they really needed me. So like I had a few hits, coming down making hits. I don't think I had any interceptions in middle school, but high school I took it came down for me to choose offense or defense. And my stepdad, he basically told me, he sat down and said, "You rather get hit or you rather hit somebody?" So I was like, I ain't trying to get hit. So I just go to defense. So I started off at cornerback my freshman year, but it really wasn't like my fit. So my sophomore year I had moved to safety. And then from there, everything just took off, like coming down, making big hits.
So on the field, you're going to be a junior this year, or are you still
Sophomore.
going to be a sophomore?
No, redshirt freshman.
Redshirt freshman. Okay.
Redshirt. So I still got 4 years. But yeah, that's another positive thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so coming down, making big hits, forcing fumbles, interceptions. Like my sophomore year, that was my first year starting, and I had 7 interceptions. And then my junior year, I had I think 4 or 5. Then my senior year, I had I think 4, something like that.
Okay.
And I had my whole high school career, I probably had 5 plus forced fumbles. So yeah, I had a pretty decent.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
The differences in forcing fumbles and getting interceptions. The ability to do both is extremely important, especially in a defense like this that's opportunistic.
Yeah.
It's not. Some people would consider it not a lockdown type of defense, but a defense that takes chances where it can lock you up, but for the most part, they're looking to get interceptions, force and recover fumbles, and you consider that one of your strengths is being able to turn the ball over.
Right.
So the SEC and the Big Ten, extremely hyper athletic, speed in the SEC. There is size, obviously. There's size. A lot of big dudes down there, but the Big Ten prides itself on physical football. Big guys, just running into each other, 3 yards in a cloud of dust football. And you saying that you're a safety that wants to come down and lay the wood.
Right.
That you consider that, is that another reason you considered more of a Nebraska than maybe the other schools?
Not really. But when I came up on my official, I was with Coach Fish. And we was watching film and all of that. So he was like showing me like how he run his defense, like with the DBs and all of that. And what he was telling me, like, you know, like I was very interested in it. So like you just don't play one position. Like he have everybody like playing almost every DB position on the field. And like the scheme that he was telling me about, like, you know, like I really liked it a lot. So that's what really made me, like, you know, come here.
What do you think about Coach Fish?
He's amazing. Like, you know, he's real.
Yeah.
He's a coach, but like you could talk to him like a friend.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so that's one thing. That's another thing I like about, you know, Coach
And
Fish.
he has a lot of experience.
Yeah, a lot of experience. And he has wholesome weight on his belt too.
I know, we were just hanging out with him, and I obviously don't know a lot of football players, but like what he's accomplished, what he was, you know, playing in the league and all that stuff. And he was sharing to me that he does that, like with his players, that he doesn't just have them play one position.
Right.
And if they do, there's you know, in the room, you're still learning how to play every position and all that stuff, because it's only going to make you better by knowing all that. So I thought it was really cool, and just listening to him and his experiences and what he's gone through, and the players that he's put in the league and all that stuff. I was just like, whoa,
Right.
Our coaching staff is stacked.
Yeah,
like
it is.
Yeah. So the more I get to just hang out with them and get to know more, the more I can tell that Coach Frost has put a great team
Surrounded
together.
himself with talent.
That is right. Yes.
That is the number one thing that people were asking for. Now you
That's
see
right.
it, and it's coming to
And
fruition.
it's happening.
It's something nice to see.
Yes.
We are going to go to a break.
Okay.
We'll be right back behind the game with PJ, 93.7 The Ticket.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour, and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. Springtime is here, and that means you're outside more in nice weather and maybe even having garage parties with neighbors. The drink of this spring and summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs and 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
We'll see a chance of showers developing this morning, then becoming partly cloudy with a high of around 85 and a southeast wind at 15. We'll see another chance of thunderstorms move in this evening into tonight with a low of 69. And for our Friday, gradually clearing skies, a late day chance of thunderstorms and a high of 88. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, sports fans, Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Swing for the fences with single game tickets to see Lincoln's best lineup on and off the diamond. The Salt Dog season is stacked with reasons to spend your summer at Haymarket Park. Get a free general admission ticket when you donate 3 non-perishable food items on Triple Play Tuesdays. Eat $2 Fairbury brand dogs on Wiener Wednesdays. Score drink specials on Thirsty Thursdays. Then win your weekend with Firework Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days presented by Casey's. Get tickets at saltdogs.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
At Baxter, we put you in the driver's seat with a simplified buying process, at-home test drives, hassle-free delivery, and service pickup and return. Check out all our new vehicle specials now during the Ram Make the Switch event at Baxter Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great. We're definitely
coming back.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money. But like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to Behind the Game with PJ on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No idea.
Goodness gracious. Welcome back to Behind the Game with PJ right here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Priscilla Joseph, myself, Rico, and joined by a very special guest,
Mr.
Kaine Williams. Had to wait for it. You got to time it out. Then you just wait for it. That's how it works. Okay, there you go. Okay. All right. So
We've
we
done
have
this a couple times.
we got questions from the text line, just a
Okay.
couple. And you
Hey,
guys,
hey,
look, you guys can chime in if you have any questions for Kaine, you have any questions for Priscilla. I know you don't have any questions for me. I know you're all annoyed at my voice. 402-464-5685. You can call in the Honda of Lincoln hotline, send a text to the Sutter Heyman text line. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Sutter Heyman Jewelers live video stream. Leave a comment on there. We can read that, throw it up on the screen, whatever. But the first question comes from Pecan Pie, asking you,
Is it
Kaine.
pecan or pecan?
We're not doing that.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
Right, Kaine? It's pecan.
Yeah, pecan.
Pecan Pie. Do you have anybody in the NFL that you try to emulate your game after?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm always asked this, but
So you know the answer. What is it?
Jamal Adams.
Oh, okay.
Like when he was at LSU, like I used to watch him, like his highlights and stuff a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Ed Reed, Sean Taylor. Like, I never try to go out there and be like them, but like,
You like their style?
Just take little bits and pieces from maybe what they do and try to plug it into your game to see how it fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One word to describe you on the field.
I just say physical.
I like physical.
It's a good trait to have, especially, like I said, especially in the Big Ten, especially the Big Ten West. Look,
we'll see.
Look, we got the stickers up there. Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, like all those teams there, except for Purdue, run first. Purdue passes all the time. They can't run. I don't know why, except for last year. But we're not gonna talk about that. No, all those teams love to run, and that's. I mean, to me, again, I never played Division I football. I was a Division I recruit. I don't. I talk about sports for a living. I didn't do all that. But to me, those teams are perfect for a physical, hard-hitting safety like yourself.
He's trying to act like he wasn't an athlete.
I mean, a little bit. I ran track.
Oh,
D2.
You was an athlete.
I know.
This work.
But it wasn't Division I football.
Okay.
On a Power 5 level. It's different.
It's not physical.
It's not physical. No, it was not physical. It's a different kind of physical, but
different kind of physical.
Beside the point.
What do we have any other questions?
The milkman asks if you like Lincoln.
I love Lincoln. I like it a lot.
It's growing on me.
Yeah.
It is.
Great answer.
Like the weather is good. Like the heat.
Listen, I'm trying to convince my parents to come out here because Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona.
Yep.
So I'm trying to convince them to come out here because by like 7:00 we can go chill outside and it's nice. And they ain't like mosquitoes that are like
not as many.
Not as many because Melania had a heart attack the other day because she was rolling in the grass, so she got bit.
Yep.
All this stuff, and I was like, listen, and my kid, all of us have like super sensitive skin, so anytime we touch grass, it's like so. But anyways, yeah, the weather is definitely a plus.
Yeah, and like just the heat difference. Like right now, it's just a little hot outside, but it's not like
you're not covered in sweat.
Yeah,
it's not that humid.
Like I can get out of the shower and I'm not like
sweating immediately,
or have to get back in the shower because I'm sweating.
Yeah.
That's different. Like everyone's like, oh, it's so humid out here. I'm like, where? Not here. It's not. I mean, not to me. Like it is a different. It's humid, but it's not like a Baton Rouge humid that I'm used to.
Mm-hmm. Like even Alabama was hot. Like,
yeah, I've never.
So I was in two hot places.
Yeah.
And when I was coming up here, we drove up here in Arkansas. We stopped in Arkansas for a night, and that felt worse than Louisiana. Like,
did it really?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy. I would have never thought that.
Well, it is Arkansas, so it's not great.
It's not that wonderful.
So you were talking about how you were, when you first came in here, you were accepted pretty quickly by, was it just the defensive back or just the whole team?
Nah, the whole team.
The whole team. So I was just wondering how, like, if the defensive backs hang out, all the time, you guys are always together. How often does the defense hang out with the offense? How often do you guys, interact, go out and do things as a team? Maybe not the whole team, but just like, both sides of the ball and just everybody else involved.
Well, when we went to Omaha, it wasn't just all the DBs. It was like a few of us. People on, like players on offense like Trey, it was a few people, like all both sides of the ball. Like it just wasn't the DBs. But that was just my first time doing something with them. I feel like they do stuff like, all the time. But that was just my first time, actually going somewhere with them.
Okay, so question. I don't know if this probably did not happen to you, but let's just say you did. You were getting recruited, and the coach that you ended up signing with is no longer a coach when you are going to arrive on campus. Are you staying or are you jumping in the transfer portal?
Personally, it never happened to me, but I feel like if it did, I feel like I probably would enter the transfer portal just off the strength that, well, it really depends on.
So, like when you signed to Alabama, did you sign with Alabama, or did you sign with your DB coach, or like what convinced you to sign with Alabama? Was it a coach? Even not even your position coach, but a specific coach? Was it Saban? Was it the program? What was it?
It was the program.
It was the program.
Program.
So it wouldn't have mattered if the DB coach would have left and you got a new one there.
Nah.
You would have stayed.
Yeah. Because it's not like, well, we had a DB coach there. He wasn't a safeties coach. Well, it was, yeah. Well, the safety coach when I got there was Coach Kelly. And then like for my this past season, he was a safeties coach. Then come spring, the cornersback coach at the time, he left and went to Oklahoma, and they brought in a new coach, Coach T-Rob, we called him. He became the safeties coach, and they moved Coach Kelly to like one of the linebackers. I'm not sure which linebacker they moved him to the coach, but yeah,
and that had no effect on you.
I'm gonna say it did a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day, I really couldn't do anything about it.
Because there's like some of your teammates, like that when they sign to coaches and not to programs or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if that would have happened to you, Rico, what would you have done?
What if the coach that I was going like my hurdle coach would have left?
Like back then when you were getting recruited and your hurdle
I would have stuck it. He was talking about not being homesick. For me, it was it's close enough where I can go visit all the time, but it's far enough away where I'm away from my family for a bit. So I probably would have stayed, mostly because I didn't really handle the recruiting process the right way. I already told you that. I went on one visit and it was unofficial, and it was just because my friend was going to like his official visit with them.
Yeah.
So I just tagged along, texted the track coach, and met him there. And so I visited one school, and that's the school that I went to. So
yeah,
I probably wouldn't have transferred. I would have stuck it out and just figured it out from there.
I would have left.
But it really depends. Like if it's a head coach that's leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Like not so much of the person recruiting you. Like if it's the head coach that's leaving and the position coach that's leaving, I feel like it's two different things.
So my head coach left at my third university that I went to. So I was a junior on the field, and so I had gotten there and we went through the first semester because softball is second semester. She left at the end of the first semester. And we played the season with a football coach as our coach. So I mean, I could have jumped in the portal. If we had that, I would have jumped in the portal. But it would have only been for like a week because it was in December. So to be able to pick a school, and then that would have just, I feel like, such a headache.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't play my senior year because they ended up keeping the football coach as the coach, and that fool knew absolutely nothing about football or about softball. Like absolutely nothing.
That's crazy.
And it was a disgrace to our softball program for the athletic director to do that, because the team that I was there with literally had turned around the entire program. Like we set records at our school because of how great that coach had put together our team. I mean, we had some amazing players. Like we were called like the bomb squad because there was like 4 of us that every time we went up to bat, one of us was going to hit a home run. Like it never failed. It was like, okay, if I didn't hit one, the next one did, or so on. There's times where it was like home run after home run after home run after home run. It was like, oh, you're up 5 runs. But yeah, it was. That's why I didn't play my senior year, because it was. And at that point, I was like, I ended up playing for the Mexico national team. But if there was a transfer portal back then, I wanted to continue, but I had already graduated, so I didn't want to continue.
That's crazy.
But yeah, once that head coach leaves, I think you're right. I think it definitely changes the whole dynamic, because that's their culture that they've created there. And you don't know what the new culture, you don't know what the new culture is going to be.
Like, because if a head coach do leave and a new coach come, they're going to bring their own guys.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole staff getting wiped out.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they're going to be bringing the guys that they recruiting to the school that they at now, like to a new school, like whatever new school they go to.
Dang, Mickey Joseph.
Just bring them all.
Yeah, just bring
everybody.
Them all.
I'm sorry that you're used to all that nice weather down south, but you're going to come up here and you're going to experience some snow and some cold and some wind and some rain. It's going to be great.
Don't forget the
I'm
wind.
ready for the snow.
You ready? Have you ever seen snow?
Kindergarten. Well, last time it snowed and like was stuck on the ground, I was in kindergarten. And I just remember because they let us out of class like for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And like just like little ice, probably like
it was more ice than actual snow.
Yeah, probably like 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. When I was at Bama, like it was snowing, but like it wasn't staying. Like it like as soon as it hit the ground, it just melt. Like you could see the flakes and stuff coming down.
I'm not hoping for all of that, but I am hoping that you get to experience some piles of snow.
He definitely will. Well, thanks. Oh, go ahead.
Even if it don't snow down here, like me and my girl, we wanted to like go to Colorado.
Oh yes, I love Colorado. Colorado's my favorite.
You'll definitely experience some snow there.
Yeah, so.
I love some Colorado. Well, you guys have to visit Colorado, but hopefully Lincoln will bring in some snow for us. But I just want to say thank you for joining us on Behind the Game with PJ. Thanks. I really appreciate you coming in and sharing your story.
Appreciate you too. Thank you.
All right, we're going to head to a break. We'll be right back. Behind the Game with PJ, 93.7 The Ticket.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. Springtime is here, and that means you're outside more in nice weather and maybe even having garage parties with neighbors. The drink of this spring and summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs and 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order your Wingstop online at 28th and Superior, 50th and O Street, and 29th and Pine Lake.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Swing for the fences with single game tickets to see Lincoln's best lineup on and off the diamond. The Salt Dog season is stacked with reasons to spend your summer at Haymarket Park. Get a free general admission ticket when you donate 3 non-perishable food items on Triple Play Tuesdays. Eat $2 Fairbury brand dogs on Wiener Wednesdays. Score drink specials on Thirsty Thursdays. Then win your weekend with Firework Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days presented by Casey's. Get tickets at saltdogs.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action. Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Do you want your date to wait for your interlock device to let you drive? Your kids to ask why you have an ankle bracelet? Or your boss to see your criminal history? Do you want to miss important life events because of house arrest? Get a ride. A DUI costs more than you think.
Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor. Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Visit managerbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
When it comes to your home or business, we know you have options, and that's why John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning gives you just that. Options. We have plumbing, heating, and cooling memberships to serve all of your residential and commercial needs. We want to ensure you, your family, and your business are safe. Visit our website, jhlincoln.com, to find out more or call us at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear because I'm grilling up dinner. You get it?
Yes, good job.
So what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Back to Behind the Game with PJ on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back behind the game with PJ. We'd like to thank Kaine Williams for stopping by and giving us his time and some of the information that he gave us. It was a great interview.
Loved it. Loved having him. He's such a sweet kid. I love it. Rico,
there we go. What's up?
Watching the NBA draft.
Yes, we are. We are hoping there are three Nebraska players who have their names. I mean, there's more, but we have the 3 Nebraska players who have their names in the draft. Bryce McGowens is the one that everyone is expecting to hear his name called today. There have been projections anywhere from late first to early to mid second round for Bryce. So we'll see where he goes. There are already 8 picks in. And if you don't know, Paolo Banchero, the Duke power forward, was the first player off the board.
Woohoo! Congratulations, bud.
Followed by Chet Holmgren and Jabari Smith. Chet out of Gonzaga, Jabari out of Auburn. Those were the first 3 players off of the board. The Big Ten is expecting to have a decent amount of players in the lottery, but we don't care about them. We only care about the Nebraska boys. Bryce McGowens, as I said, late first, early second. Trey McGowens hasn't had that much draft buzz. He could go late second, but more than likely Trey McGowens and oh my gosh, why am I spacing on his name right now?
We apologize.
Yeah, I am so sorry. I was just talking about him. He's spark plug point guard, transfer from Arizona State. Why am I spacing on his name? I feel awful. The text line will help me at some point. 402-464-5685. They'll let me know who it is, and
Yes.
I feel terrible that I don't remember.
You know what just came to mind? I need to go on the guys. What's their new show? What is it
What's the
called?
Word?
What's the Word? Because it's 2 of them are from Hamilton,
Mm-hmm.
and then Noah is from Chandler, my alma mater.
They all know each other from.
They
from
all
high
know each
school.
other, but if I join them, it's going to be 2 Chandlers versus 2 Hamilton guys, which Chandler will always win because we're the best school in Chandler. It's Hamilton, they're cheaters.
Alonzo Verge, thank you so much, Mississippi Mud Dog and Dave Dipple.
There you go.
Alonzo Verge.
But anyways, guys, let me know when y'all want to hook up, and I'll come join y'all so that we can show you guys that Chandler is top dog. Just so that they know that.
They've got a good show going right now. They do a good job.
That's good.
They do a good job.
That's exciting. And of course, Arizona's just here to take over.
Yeah, whatever. How was your experience at the College World Series?
Oh my gosh, I had so much fun. We had a great time. We hooked up with one of Mickey's good friends. His name's Trey. He had a little suite there, so we got to go and
nice.
hang out. Yeah, they're Ole Miss fans, so it was a good time. They treated us very well. Got to a fun fact story. We were at their tailgate, and this guy comes up to me and he goes, and he had an LSU shirt. He goes, "So where is your famous daughter at?" And I was like, "Huh?" Like, I was so confused. I was like, he goes, "Yeah." He goes, he's like, "You probably don't remember me, but I remember your daughter." He goes, "Y'all sat in Trey's suite for an LSU game, and she sat with my wife the entire game, and they were looking at dogs the entire time, and we miss her, and she was full of life and all this stuff." So I went home and I told Melania, I was like, "So
do you remember?"
Yeah, I was like,
"Did she remember?"
And she didn't. She said, "I remember like looking at dogs. I don't remember like
who it was with."
Yeah, who
Oh,
it
that's
was with
fine.
and stuff. And I was like,
A
yeah.
little younger.
But yeah, they said it was like when she was younger, like 3 or something.
Jeez.
So, but she said
That's
she does
funny.
remember that she was sitting with somebody looking
Looking
at
at
dogs.
dogs.
Yeah, I was
That's-
like, interesting.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, the
Yeah.
LSU fans always show up, even if LSU's not here. They always show up for the College World
That
Series.
yeah, it was cool. It was
Men's
a good
College
time.
World Series. I gotta say it right.
Yeah,
Men's College World Series.
We can't just call it College World Series.
No, it's the Men's College World Series now. It's on the hats. It's official.
Is it?
It's on the hats.
That's
It doesn't just say
awesome.
CWS. It says MCWS. The hashtag is MCWS. It is the Men's College World Series.
My hashtag was wrong.
It was. I'm sorry.
Darn.
Sorry
You
about
didn't
it.
tell me.
I thought you knew. You were there.
I know, but I didn't know it was a thing. I
You're
saw a
pretty
shirt that I was gonna get for you, but Mickey was nowhere to be found because he had my wallet. so I couldn't get it for you.
me, Rach, and the kids are going to head down, I believe, Saturday. We're not going to go to a game because it'll be the championship game and the tickets will be extremely overpriced. But we are going to go down.
For?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
So we're going to go down. We're going to experience the atmosphere, get some pictures.
The atmosphere was amazing.
Get some T-shirts. Oh, it's great. I love it. I love it down
there. It was hot.
I said, I've gone every year that I can remember except for one. And that was because I was in Kearney in college working and my work wouldn't let me off. And I was
That's so disrespectful of them.
Very upset.
Very disrespectful of them.
But that's irrelevant. I will not talk about that.
I know. I think I upset Twitter fans a little bit when I said it wasn't really hot. I mean, it was hot.
It was like 103.
Yeah, but I showed up at like 5 o'clock.
So it was cooling off.
It was cooling.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It was hot.
If you would have gone to the 1 o'clock game, see, that's how you're supposed. That's how you're supposed to experience the men's College World Series. Is you go to the 1 o'clock game.
Win with
you
Rico.
go to the 1 o'clock game.
Right?
You sit in the outfield in the metal bleachers with the sun just beating down on you while it's 103 degrees. That's the point. That's how you experience the men's College World Series.
Were parking, getting out of the car. Oh, look how cute! Oh, I like his suit.
Oh my goodness.
When we were getting out of the car, we saw all of these people. I mean, like red on their just
because they sat out for the 1 o'clock game in the sun like you're supposed to. Don't you go in the shade? Don't hide. This is baseball.
The whole time.
This is baseball in Omaha.
I was in the suite.
Experience the sun.
I sat outside of the suite though.
You were in the shade. Whatever.
It's true. I was on the shade.
The
side.
nerve. We'll be right back. Second hour behind the game with PJ. Up next, 93.7 The Ticket.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
When it comes to your home or business, we know you have options, and that's why John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning gives you just that. Options. We have plumbing, heating, and cooling memberships to serve all of your residential and commercial needs. We want to ensure you, your family, and your business are safe. Visit our website, jhlincoln.com, to find out more or call us at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
I present the fruitcake. Long the subject of jokes, ridicule, derision, but did the fruitcake accept its place in the culinary totem pole? No! The fruitcake sought to rise to its full potential at Beatrice Bakery. Premium nuts, high-quality fruits, and the delectable trio of brandy, bourbon, and rum. Grandma's fruitcake is no punchline, but a decadent treat that packs a punch of flavor.
Check out Grandma's fruitcake and all the delicious desserts at Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of yum.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
We'll see a chance of showers developing this morning, then becoming partly cloudy with a high of around 85 and a southeast wind at 15. We'll see another chance of thunderstorms move in this evening into tonight with a low of 69. And for our Friday, gradually clearing skies. Late day chance of thunderstorms and a high of 88. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Pillar Restaurant Group is proud to announce the full opening of our brick-and-mortar venue-at-home store, Lincoln's new premier specialty grocers. This store is home to our brand-new Butchery by Venue. Get the finest Nebraska steaks, hand-cut in-house by our butcher, prepared for our restaurants, and available for you to take home. with hand-selected specialty seafood, charcuterie, wine, bourbon, and liquor options. Come in today to see what we have to offer at 70th and Pioneers in the Pioneer Woods Shopping Center. Open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Bank Strong, and the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, Steve. Welcome to Great Clips.
Great Clips asks, what's the difference between good and great?
Come on back and have a seat.
Good asks you what haircut you'd like.
I have all your details from last time. Would you like the same haircut today?
Great already knows. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you can get the same thing as last time, every time. Download our online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Hi, it's Tori DeVito. In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life.
I wanted you to know from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
MaxTan is celebrating 29 years with some Max-tastic birthday sales. Get 50% off unlimited tanning, sun, and spray with no contract and no sign-up. MaxTan celebrates 29 years with you. With 4 Lincoln locations, take your tan to the max at MaxTan.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is Behind the Game with PJ, live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Priscilla Joseph.
There's your team right there.
Let's go! New York is up. Welcome back Behind the Game with PJ right here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. I will not bore you with New York Knicks talk. I know that the people on the text line, the people listening, don't come here for basketball, NBA talk, and New York Knicks. But the New York Knicks are up right now for the NBA draft. They're pick 11. Jaden Ivey is already gone, as we all believed he would be, unfortunately. But there's some good players left. There are some good players left. Unfortunately, Keegan Murray is also gone, but Johnny Davis is still on the board. A lot of other people. It doesn't really. I mean, AJ Griffin out of Duke. There's people. There are people there. Jalen Duren, the center out of Memphis, was the most mocked to New York. I hope they don't get a center because I want them to re-sign Mitchell Robinson.
I want to go to one of their games, though.
New York?
Yeah.
So do I. I want to go to Madison Square Garden and watch the Knicks play, but that ticket is extremely expensive. So,
maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe one day. But whatever. Don't care. Do care, actually.
He does.
You, Priscilla Joseph,
yes,
had something that you wanted to ask. And again, 402-464-5685. Join in the conversation. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, I want to know your guys' take. I want to know, well, first Rico's take, but then also I want to know what you guys are thinking on the whole Arch Manning commitment to Texas over Alabama and Georgia. You said you talked about this earlier.
I did talk about this earlier, so I can kind of get into that real quick. Pecan pie, yes. Agbaji, the Kansas player, is still available. I don't think he goes till later in the first, but whatever. We're going to talk about Arch Manning. Arch Manning commits to Texas. It's weird. I did not see that happening, especially after the news of Texas 2 days ago, where they had the number one running back recruit decommit and commit to Louisville. Then I saw multiple players on Twitter canceling their official visits to Texas.
Did something happen at Texas that we missed?
I don't know. Apparently nothing big enough to deter the number one quarterback, the number one player recruit in the nation.
I know. I was hoping to have this conversation with Mickey before the show so that I could have some little inside scoop, but I couldn't.
But Arch Manning, the nephew of Peyton and Eli Manning, he's not one of their sons. He is the nephew of Peyton and Eli, commits to Texas today in a very underwhelming, unassuming kind of way. He just tweeted out from his Twitter, where he has thousands of followers. He follows nobody. He has one singular solitary tweet, and it is his commitment to Texas. His bio on Twitter says high school athlete.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's very unassuming. I had to look multiple different avenues to make sure it was real.
I remember Mickey actually telling me how that whole social media thing was like a conversation that they had, but it's like something that like the Mannings don't do, right? Like because Peyton just got his Twitter account, right?
Yeah, I think he just got Twitter. I'm not 100%.
Twitter or Instagram, one of those. No, I think it was Twitter. Like he just got his Twitter account, and yeah, it was like a whole thing.
Sorry,
he's
who is that?
He's from France.
Ousmane Dieng, a forward from France. The New York Knicks have just... What is happening?
He's a hidden gem. How do you not know that? Played at INSEP Academy in Paris.
The last time they took a French person, the last time they drafted a Frenchman, it was Frank Ntilikina, who I love, but was not a good fit in New York. And now they do it. This is a different
again.
This is a different front office, but what is happening?
Maybe they like France. Maybe New York has a thing.
He averaged 8.9 points and 3.2 rebounds last season with the New Zealand Breakers.
That doesn't sound.
He trained with his idol Paul George in August of 2020. What is that? Yeah.
I think Rico is upset in here, y'all. Do we need to have a Zen moment?
I'm fine. Let's talk about Arch Manning.
I am curious about what's going on at Texas.
So am I. You would I said it before. They're a blue blood. You don't have to like Texas, but you have to kind of respect them. They're a blue blood. They have money. They're still, despite being bad and everybody going, "Oh, is Texas back?" No, that joke. They can still recruit. They can still get players, and they still
have a lot of money there.
Yeah. This year they didn't send anybody to the league, and nobody was drafted. I think people got picked up undrafted free agency, but nobody was drafted from Texas this year. But the amount of people they normally put into the league, the amount of people who go pro from Texas is usually very high. So you don't have to like them,
Not
but
this year.
they do
This past year.
do good work. They have a ton of athletes. They're an extremely athletic, fast, strong, big team. So I mean, Steve Sarkisian maybe gets it turned around. I mean, he has his quarterback in Quinn Ewers, who transferred in from Ohio State as a redshirt freshman, and now next year he's going to have a true freshman in Arch Manning. And that begs the question, how you were talking about transfer portals.
Yeah.
Is Quinn Ewers is going to play this year? He's going to be the starter.
Yeah.
He has one more year. Arch Manning, if he comes in and is everything that he's cracked up to be, if he takes Quinn Ewers' job, does Quinn transfer again?
Damn. So I mean, I'm assuming picking a school, especially as a quarterback, you have to kind of play your cards very well, right? Like essentially as a player you normally do, but especially as a quarterback because of the possibilities of injuries, right? So is Bama stacked with, I mean, I feel like Bama probably has quarterbacks lined up till Mickey Raines' age. I mean,
well, with Alabama, the way that their offense at least used to run, I'm not sure. It's different now, but the way that they used to run, they just needed a game manager at quarterback. They didn't need a high profile 5-star quarterback. They could go out and get a low 4 or heck, they could have gotten a 3-star quarterback.
Yeah.
Who, look, you turn around, you hand the ball off to this big bruising running back, and you run behind these 5-star offensive linemen who are all going to play in the NFL for multiple years, and you get a couple yards, and hey, we're going to ask you to chuck it down the field,
every once in a while.
maybe 18 times to a 5-star wide receiver, another 5-star wide receiver, a 5-star tight end. Like that is all they did. Now, with the way that Alabama and the way that college football is going, really,
and with NILs,
they are able to get those 5-star athletic quarterbacks. So, I mean, stacking your quarterback room isn't bad, but if you're gonna get, a guy like Quinn Ewers, who was expecting to be a starter, I mean, he went to Ohio State and transferred after his freshman season, and then he comes to Texas and is getting an Arch Manning. Like, the name alone, carries weight, let alone the fact that he is the best quarterback prospect coming out in 2023.
I mean, since he was in 7th grade.
Yeah. So
he's been the number one recruit.
It's just heavy. It's heavy having that.
He was in 7th grade.
It's heavy having that name, creeping up on you in a quarterback competition. You make one mistake.
Can you imagine if he sucked though?
If Arch Manning sucked,
would have sucked. Like if he had carried that name in his 7th grade, here he comes and
good.
It's like he's just blowing the ball. It's just not, not.
It happens. It happens to some people. But look, I don't really know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going on at Texas. Because if I'm Arch, I mean, the two schools that I'm really actually looking at to continue my academic and athletic careers.
What schools did Peyton and Eli go to?
Peyton went to Tennessee. Eli went to Ole Miss. Neither one of them was on Arch Manning's last Final Four. I believe it was Georgia, Bama, apparently Texas, and USC. If I'm Arch, I'm looking at Bama and USC.
Yeah.
You've seen what Lincoln Riley can do with quarterbacks. You've seen what USC players can get in NIL deals and what happened. USC players get drafted in the NFL off of potential all the time.
Do you really think he's worried about his NIL deal?
No, not really, but he can be. He could be.
I mean, he could be.
This is his money, not his uncle's money.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Not his family money. This is his money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with what Lincoln Riley has done, and then Alabama, what Alabama does just as a whole, and you've seen the last run of quarterbacks that they've had. Like those are the two schools that I'm truly looking at. Texas, quarterback wise,
is he choosing a quarterback school or is he choosing a program?
I don't know. Well, either way, like a quarterback school, Texas has not been a quarterback school for many years, and a program.
Who's their quarterback
Texas
coach
is
right now?
I have no idea. I think it might still be Apple something. He's a former quarterback at Texas. I want to say Applewhite, but that's Nebraska's running backs coach. It could also be Applewhite. I'm not 100%. I think it's a former Texas quarterback who is their quarterback's coach. I'd have to look it up. But in terms of quarterbacks, Texas hasn't produced at an NFL level where you would believe Arch Manning would be like, oh, yeah, I want to go there because they do this. And as a program, Texas is always quote unquote back, but they're never back. So I don't know what he's committing to. Maybe he's committing to Steve Sarkisian and the dream.
Off and just commit somewhere. And then when he signs, I mean, listen, a commitment.
It means nothing. A verbal commitment means absolutely
nothing in our books. It means absolutely nothing.
It means nada.
Which is cute that he chose Texas. Maybe he's just trying to throw everyone off and be like,
psych, going to USC.
Psych. Fooled y'all.
And Pecan Pie does say, but wasn't Sark a QB whisperer? I mean, maybe. But look, I don't know. His first year at Texas wasn't that great. Yeah, Casey Thompson. Casey Thompson was really good. Record didn't project that.
Now we have him here.
Yes, Major Applewhite. Thank you, unnamed texter.
There you go. Thank you.
I believe that's their quarterback's coach. He was their quarterback's coach for the previous coaching staff. He might still be there. He's a Texas alum. He's a former Texas quarterback. So you would think you'd keep him around. He knows,
he knows something.
Knows a thing or two.
Just a little bit. We'll see. All right, question. We're gonna stick with the whole football. Will Tom Brady get back into the Super Bowl in his last season?
No.
Why?
I don't think the defense is going to be up to snuff. I'm not 100% sure about the offense as well. I know it's Tom Brady and he can make something out of nothing most of the time, but I believe the NFC may have caught up with him. Like you saw the LA Rams last season, they were a problem. And I mean, the NFC South, he's not going to have to worry about anybody there. The Falcons aren't going to scare anybody. The Panthers aren't going to scare anybody. I don't even know what the Saints. I guess the Saints don't even have a quarterback. So they'll probably win their division. They'll probably make it into the playoffs. But I think the NFC may have caught up.
Okay.
So I don't see him making it back. But stranger things have happened with Tom Brady.
True that.
And even if they do make it back, they ain't winning.
I did see a question out there. Wide receiver. Who's going to be the best wide receiver in the NFL?
The best wide receiver in the NFL?
So there's a
Devontae Adams is with Las Vegas, and he's reuniting with his college quarterback. He's reuniting with his college quarterback, Derek Carr. Derek Carr. They played at Fresno State together.
There was a list of top
Diggs.
10. Do you want to hear the top 10 that were listed?
Yeah, go ahead.
Top 10. We'll start with number 10.
Mm-hmm.
Terry McLaurin.
I mean, Washington doesn't even have a quarterback, but sure.
AJ Brown, number 9.
Where is he at? He's
Eagles.
not even. He's with the Eagles now. Catching passes from Jalen Hurts. I love Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. So maybe getting an actual weapon in AJ Brown will help. So.
Mike Evans.
Okay, he's still down there with Tom Brady.
Debo Samuel.
Debo's an everything guy. I don't know if he's going to stay, if he's going to be running back or wide receiver or what he's going to be. So that's a little harder to project for him, but I get why he's up there.
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon and Josh are a problem up in Buffalo. No,
they got good
I don't want
chemistry?
to. They have great chemistry. I don't want to give Jay Foreman that.
Like
I don't want to let Jay
Chase
Foreman
and
hear me.
Joe Burrow.
Yes,
chemistry.
Yes, like that kind of chemistry.
That's special. I love seeing that. Number 5, Tyreek Hill.
Look, man, Tyreek is a great wide receiver. I don't know about Tua though. I don't know about Tua. We'll see.
Yeah. No, I can't comment on him. I don't know why. Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp was the best wide receiver in the NFL last year. Don't see why he can't continue.
He was listed number 4 for this upcoming season. I
Okay.
know, which
the
I feel
disrespect.
I thought so too.
The disrespect.
Until I saw 1 and 2. So just
So are they who I think they are?
He could have been number 3.
Okay, yeah, they're definitely who I think they are.
Number 3 is Devontae Adams.
Like I said, he's reconnecting with his college quarterback. So that's gonna you saw what he was able to do with Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying Derek Carr is Aaron Rodgers, but they have chemistry. So
there's something with chemistry that you cannot replace with just being good.
No.
Like you can be good, but when you have that be good and have chemistry, it's really unstoppable.
That they were roommates chemistry. You see that all the time in college football. A wide receiver and a quarterback are roommates. The quarterback throws that wide receiver a lot more. He's considered a safety net, and they just have that kind of that thing. And it gets mentioned in every Tommy Armstrong and Jordan Westerkamp. It was said every time he would pass the ball to him. They're roommates. Well, roommate to roommate connection. They're roommates, and he passed the ball to him a lot.
Okay, so we're gonna pause there for a second before we go with 1 and 2. I think that's really funny, and I think it's a guy thing that guys can do that. Okay, so I was a catcher in college, and coaches always wanted me to room with pitchers, right, to create that chemistry. And I was like, I do not room with pitchers. I with them 24/7. Like if I'm not in my room in my house,
you're with the pitcher.
I'm with them. So I'm not going to live with them because I don't like people that much. And my junior year in college, my softball coach, she did that. And I was like, listen, this is not a good idea. I just don't do it because I get sick and tired of people. But anyways, I think it's funny that people do the whole roommate situation because I wonder if, listen, I need some like female intake on this. In softball players, would you, as a pitcher and catcher, would you want to room with your pitcher catcher? I would say otherwise. I would say no.
I don't know.
But anyways, I think that's funny that it's a thing. Yeah, I think it's weird that it's a thing. I'm like,
that's what people always say. They're like, look, if you're a quarterback, you got to room with your number 1 receiver. You got to build that chemistry and build that off the field chemistry. And I think that's very important with all aspects of the team.
It makes sense
where you're hanging out outside of being on the field, outside of the meeting rooms, outside of watching film,
but not in my house.
You're just hanging out, doing your thing.
Yes, just not in my house.
Okay. We'll hit on. So weird. We will hit on 1 and 2. NFL's top 10 receivers after the break.
Absolutely.
You're listening to Behind the Game with PJ right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. And Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As a metaphor for us and all that we go through as veterans, it's a story that rings true. We learn to endure the heat in silence. We apply what we learn to life, the bills, the job, the family, things we're expected to handle with ease. When life heats up around us, we just try to stay afloat. We let the water boil. Reaching out isn't easy, but you've never been interested in easy. You joined because you were not afraid of hard work. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait until the water boils. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented.
Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order your Wingstop online at 28th and Superior, 50th and O Street, and 29th and Pine Lake.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsuranceNE.com.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. Springtime is here, and that means you're outside more in nice weather and maybe even having garage parties with neighbors. The drink of this spring and summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs and 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Philadelphia. Local time is 3:05 p.m. and the temperature is 67 degrees. At this time, you are now free to use your cellular devices.
You know that feeling when you get to turn your phone on after the plane lands? You can have that feeling every time you drive. Make sure your cell phone is stowed away whenever you are behind the wheel.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsuranceNE.com.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Pat, I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Go ahead.
Wheel of Fortune second chance promotion from the Nebraska Pottery.
No.
Let us help. Wheel of Fortune second chance promotion from the Nebraska Lottery. Through August 2nd, enter any non-winning $5 Nebraska Lottery Wheel of Fortune scratch ticket for a chance to be one of 6 winners of a trip to LA, a cruise, or a trip to Vegas.
Are you sure it's not Nebraska Pottery?
Pretty sure.
Scratch ticket top prize odds, 1 in 128,000.
Happy Monday, everybody. Yay!
Sure glad the weekend is over.
I know. Nothing's better than a new work week.
Yay! The proceeding was a dramatization, but it could happen now that a Monday night Powerball drawing has been added. Along with the Wednesday and Saturday night drawings, now you can also win Monday night millions. Who knows? It may change everyone's view of Monday.
Let's have a 3-hour Monday meeting. Yay!
Powerball from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Back to Behind the Game with PJ on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I am losing my ever-loving mind right now.
You just need to breathe.
I'm losing my mind right now. So for anybody wondering, first off, this is Behind the Game with PJ. With Priscilla Joseph and myself, Rico, right here on 93.7 The Ticket. You can join us, 402-464-5685. Sorry if I said that too fast. I'm just very excited. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, live video stream, Sardium Jewelers live video stream. You can join us, leave your comments, and you can see the number to text or call right up in the corner there. Again, 402-464-5685. I don't know what's happening right now in the NBA draft. Again, I know you guys don't care, but I'm going to tell you anyways. The New York Knicks took some French forward with the 11th pick.
And he's very upset about it.
And I'm upset about it because I wanted Jaden Ivey, the point guard out of Purdue. But now it's saying the Knicks are traded something for Jalen Duren with Charlotte. And they required Jalen Duren, and then Jalen Duren is being traded to Detroit, which is the person that they really wanted, and like some type of picks. But there's nothing stating what the Knicks are getting back in any of these trades. I don't know what's happening, and it's driving me crazy.
Y'all pray for Rico because he's losing his mind.
I just want to know what they're getting. They traded for Duren. They traded. I think they just traded the Frenchman that they drafted for Jalen Duren, and now Jalen Duren is on his way to Detroit, but it doesn't say who they are acquiring from Detroit. I'm hoping that it's Jaden Ivey, but according to some of these sources, Ivey is not being traded to New York. They traded Kemba Walker and Jalen Duren to Detroit.
Why did they do that?
I don't know, Priscilla. I don't know.
Don't they usually talk about that stuff?
I mean, normally, but it doesn't have to be. I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Somebody come bring
the New York
Rico,
Knicks
Mountain Dew so he can relax.
Here's a little. New York Knicks acquired Jalen Duren from the Hornets and packaged him with Kemba Walker to the Pistons. But no news on if Jaden Ivey is the person that they are receiving from the Pistons or if they're just getting a bunch of picks and if they're going to trade those picks for somebody else. But right now I am losing my mind and I hate it.
And on that note, we're going to let Rico sulk in his misery and continue to our top 10 receivers.
Continue. I apologize that I hijacked your show for a second there.
On the NFL's upcoming season. He's so upset, and I love it.
I hate it. This front office.
This is why I'm not a fan.
I trust this front office. They've made some really good picks the last two drafts, and they've been for the front office. This new front office has been in place for 2 years. They made some pretty good picks the first draft. They made some pretty good picks last draft. So I trust them. They haven't led me astray, but I don't know what
Rico,
they
I
are
want to
doing.
thank you for giving me an inside look on what it's like to be a fan.
Like a big fan? Yeah. I don't like this. This is supposed to be a good day for me.
I'm sorry that it's not turning out. It might get better.
It probably won't.
It's true. It won't.
It's the Knicks.
I was
They're
just
gonna
trying to
let
be a
me
good
down.
friend and tell you.
They're gonna let me down, and I'm gonna go cry.
You will. Almost. Anyways.
I don't know what's happening either, Harrison.
Harrison's losing his mind too?
You want to hop on the mic, Harrison? Here, hop on the mic, Harrison.
He's losing his mind too.
Harrison also losing his mind.
Why are you losing your mind?
I'm not losing my mind, but I am very confused on what Leon is cooking for the Knicks.
Yes.
I have no idea. I was looking on Reddit, and the Knicks subreddit is just freaking out. Everyone's just saying
nobody knows
what's going on. Yeah, there's no information right there. Like
Shams and
Maybe
Woj.
he knows something y'all don't.
Shams and Woj are just saying like the Knicks traded this, the Knicks acquired this, they're trading this away, but it's not what are they getting for this?
Yeah, Woj and Shams right now are fighting to get the tweet out first for what the Knicks are trying to put together.
Shams, look, I truly believe Shams has taken over Woj as the best NBA trade beat writer.
News tweets last year.
Yeah, shout out Shams.
Shout out Shams.
Shout out Shams.
I don't know who Shams is, but
I don't know how to say his last name.
Shams.
It's just Shams.
Shams
Thanks,
is good enough.
Harrison.
Yeah, just Shams. Thank you, Harrison.
You bet.
So, anyways, thanks for the
NBA update.
NBA update and the inside scoop on what it's like to be a fan. I've always wondered that. Like these are real feelings that you have.
Oh yeah, very real.
So are these the kind of feelings you have like when you watch
Husker football?
Husker
athletics?
Yeah.
Yes. Husker athletics, yes. Some sports I am over the moon and extremely excited. Some sports I feel like this.
He's
just like what is happening? Why is this happening? You guys can pick the sports.
That is hilarious.
Just gonna leave
That's
that there.
funny. And see, for basketball, I've always been a player fan. Like growing up, I loved Charles Barkley. We actually named our dog Charles Barkley.
Charles
like
Barkley.
Yeah, we called
Is
him
that how you have
Barkley.
to say it?
Barkley. We're like Barkley.
That makes sense.
Barkley. And then I had a little Chihuahua and we named him Kid.
Jason Kidd?
Jason Kidd.
Nice.
His name was actually Jason Kidd Jr. But we called him Junior.
That makes sense.
But when I was upset, I'd just say, Kid, get over here.
Kid? That makes sense.
So I've been a player of it, and now since LeBron got in the league, I've been a LeBron
fan?
James fan. Yeah.
Okay.
And do you hate LeBron James?
No.
Okay.
I disliked LeBron the first time he left Cleveland because I didn't
understand.
I didn't understand. I didn't like the way that it happened.
I
was one of those just like, why would you do that, fans? But then I was
Right.
like, you know what? I get it. And then when he went back to Cleveland, I was like, heck yeah. And then he won a title for Cleveland. And I was like, heck yeah. And then I was like, look, you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Not my problem. I like watching him. I don't want to take for granted being able to watch one of, if not the greatest basketball player of all time, play during my lifetime. So I'm going
And I like
to watch
that you
it.
said of your lifetime, okay? Like, because people always want to make that comparison of him and MJ and stuff.
I mean, technically, Michael did play during my lifetime, but I don't remember any of it. I
Exactly.
remember Wizards Michael, which was not the same.
Not the legendary
No,
one.
that was not
Yes,
Michael.
Yes. I get that. And I give respect where it's due. And the man, but see, I think the difference, not that MJ was not an entertainer, but I think at the beginning of LeBron's career, I think a lot of it was more entertainment purposes.
Mhm.
Like he was like very, I don't want to use the word flashy, but he made it fun. And I mean, even now, like he's still fun to watch.
Mhm.
But I loved watching him play. Now I don't ever watch basketball because
Now I
don't watch TV.
like it. It was flashy. It still is flashy, but I don't think he did that on purpose.
No, I think that's just his.
I think
style.
he's just like supremely athletic, and it was one of those
And it
things where
came out-
he
yeah.
had so much hype going into the league. I mean, they were crowning him the king as a sophomore in high
Yep,
school,
I remember,
and he
yeah.
came straight out of high school, going to the NBA, and not took over, but took the league by storm. Like
Agreed.
people were like, "Is he really that good?" And he showed everybody, like, I am that dude.
Yeah.
So I don't think he meant to be flashy. I think it was just all of the hype surrounding him, and just with how athletic he was and how just good at the game of basketball he was, that may have seemed like he was trying to show people up, when in reality, he's just better than everybody.
Yeah.
So I like
think
watching
we
him
talked
play.
about
It's
this
really
last show.
interesting.
Do you think he's going to retire a year after he plays with his son?
I do believe so. I think he's
I
going to
do
play
too.
1 year with his son, and then he's done.
I think so too.
If he can make,
I mean,
like,
in fact, he just hit billionaire status, so he
Yeah.
really doesn't need
no.
the NBA.
If his body helps him out and he continues to play the way he does, and can avoid injury, I think so. But if he continues to get hurt, I don't know if he doesn't seem like the kind of guy to me who would force himself to stay playing if he can't continue to play at that high of a level.
Yes, agreed. And I think, like, I mean, obviously he's slowing down, but he's also been in the league.
Yeah. I mean, he's 42?
No, he's like in his 30s.
Like 40?
No.
No, because Well, he could be 39. No, I think he's 40. Am I wrong?
No.
I'm not sure
His
exactly.
age.
I know Melo is 1 year older
37.
than him.
Yeah,
37? Really?
Yeah, I was going to say he's
Really?
not.
He's been forever.
Yeah, since he was 18.
So he's 37. Melo's 30. Okay, yeah.
Almost
he'll
20
be
years.
He'll be 38 this year.
Yep, he'll be 38 this year. Was born in 84.
How long has he been in the league? 18 years? 19 years?
Since he was 18.
He has been in the league
for 20 years.
Longer than he wasn't in the league.
Correct.
That's crazy. That is wild.
Did you see the Sue Bird when her speech?
No,
After
I did not.
You didn't? Oh.
I didn't. I'll have to look it up. Don't spoil it for me.
Okay, I
I'll have
won't
to look
spoil
up.
it. I thought it was sweet. It was special.
Good. Nice.
Yes. Okay,
I'll look up the Sue Bird speech.
Yeah.
Was it long? Maybe I watched it in the break.
Well, I mean, they did. They just asked her a bunch of questions, but her response, I don't know, it was nice. It was warming, and then even her walk off the court was pretty sweet. I liked it. Respect.
Shout out Sue Bird.
She's awesome.
We need to get to the wide receivers. We just kind of skipped over that. We got to get to the last two, even though I'm pretty sure I know exactly who they are.
Okay. Number 2 is
Cincinnati.
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. I'm like, why can't I think of his name? And then number 1 is Justin Jefferson.
Justin the Jet Jefferson.
I don't agree with that.
So who's number 1?
I still think that even though he's with a new team, it's Devontae Adams.
With the Raiders?
And yes. Okay. And I believe that you need to show more respect to Cooper Kupp.
This is for the upcoming, like not.
I know. I know.
But the thing that who's going to have the best season? I think that's what. Wait, hold on. Let me get that right. Let me check. Hold on.
I'm just saying, if you're going upcoming,
for going into this, top 10 receivers.
Going into the season.
So right now they're saying Justin's number 1.
Okay, well they're wrong because the top receivers going into next season should be Cooper Kupp number 1. He was the best receiver last season. There's no reason to think that he wouldn't have as good of, or even maybe like a tiny little baby step back
Justin Jefferson and Jamar
from
Chase
the season that he had. Jamar Chase had a great season. It was his rookie season. Maybe teams key on him some more. Interesting. And then Justin Jefferson, great 2 seasons in the NFL. We'll see if he can keep going. But until it is proven otherwise, I believe that you should give the number 1 receiver last year his respect. Put him at number 1. And Devontae Adams for what he has done and what he has continued to do, even if he's with a new team.
Maybe they're projecting that Justin's going to have the best.
It's definitely a projection.
No, I'm saying maybe it's not like.
But if I'm projecting
going into
who will be the best at the end of the season?
I think that's what.
If we're doing that, I'm putting Jamar over Justin. Mostly because I trust Joe Burrow more than I trust Kirk Cousins.
Okay. I say we can have 2 number 1s.
You can't have 2 number 1s. You have to choose. Do it now.
No.
You have to choose. Do it now.
I forbid your question.
You have to choose Justin or Jamar. Go. I will cut this up and send it to him.
No,
Justin or Jamar.
I'm not choosing
one. You can't have a 1A and a 1B.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
1A
Who would
and
make
1B.
you choose?
He couldn't answer
yes,
it
he
either.
could.
No, he couldn't.
Yes, he could.
Let's call him and ask him.
I'm sure he has a favorite. Okay.
Let's ask him.
Let's go to a break, and then we'll call him. Okay?
We're calling him.
All right.
Deal.
Listen, up next, we're going to have Mickey Joseph choose between Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase on Behind the Game with PJ right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is under new management, but has the same great service as before. If your current garage door seems outdated or isn't working properly, call their new number at 402-480-2840 to schedule service or get a new door ordered. Steve's can repair most types of garage doors and can always point you in the right direction to get the job done. Give Steve's Garage Doors and Services a call today at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Uncle Tim, some friends and I are getting together this weekend. Can you buy us some alcohol?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Come on, it'll be low-key. My friends always say you're cooler than other adults.
Oh, well, all right. But don't let your mother find out and don't get caught. Hello, officer. What can I help you with?
Are you the uncle of Samantha?
Yes. Is she okay?
You're under arrest for procuring alcohol from minors. One of the minors drove drunk and killed the mother of 2 last night in a crash. You're looking at up to 3 years in jail and a $10,000 fine.
Don't make the same mistake he did. We need you to be the responsible adult. Underage drinking, adult consequences. There's no free ride if you provide. Learn more at projectextramile.org.
Sponsored by Region 6, Nebraska DHHS, and SAMHSA. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Naloxone is a drug used to safely reverse an opioid overdose and is now more readily available in Nebraska. I'm Dr. Rob Rhodes, a Nebraska family practice physician. I encourage you to learn how to respond to an opioid overdose and administer naloxone to potentially save a life by getting the free Opie Rescue app for your phone. Be Opie ready. Download Opie Rescue.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Pillar Restaurant Group is proud to announce the full opening of our brick-and-mortar venue-at-home store, Lincoln's new premier specialty grocers. This store is home to our brand new Butchery by Venue. Get the finest Nebraska steaks, hand-cut in-house by our butcher, prepared for our restaurants, and available for you to take home. With hand-selected specialty seafood, charcuterie, wine, bourbon, and liquor options. Come in today to see what we have to offer at 70th and Pioneers in the Pioneer Woods Shopping Center. Open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
2-1 count, And that's a deep drive into the gap. Smith rounding first base. It's a stand-up double.
Hey, Nick, speaking of doubles, did you know Wings and Rings has 2 ways to enjoy their next-level food?
Rico, we're in the middle of a game.
The game can wait, Nick. One way is to stop by one of their Lincoln locations. They have 2 great locations at O Street, Meridian Park, and 40th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village.
You said 2 ways. What's the other way?
You can order online at wingsandrings.com.
Behind the Game with PJ with Priscilla Joseph on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we got to get this out of the way. We got to get this out of the way.
All right, we got to call Mickey.
Very quickly. So we gave Mickey Joseph a call. Mickey, I got a question for you, Mickey.
Go ahead.
All right. So Priscilla was just reading a list of the top 10 wide receivers for this upcoming season in the NFL. Justin Jefferson was number 1. Jamar Chase was number 2. Now, if you were a GM in the NFL and you had to draft one, which one are you taking?
After coaching both of them, I'm gonna take neither one of them. I'm gonna take both of them. But if you go back to it like this, just go back to it. Justin was what, a 2-star.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Justin was a 2-star. I think Jamar was a 4-star. I think he was ranked in the top 10 receivers. But it's about developing those kids on and off the field. And those 2 kids grew up off the field. They was talented,
mm-hmm.
you know, but they grew up off the field. They understood about how they needed to work and the things they needed to do to become successful. Because at the end of the day, they wanted to become rich. They wanted money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that they loved the game for that. And people say, "Oh, you know, I love the game," but you got to love the game for something. And they loved it for money, so that they worked towards it. And sometimes it sounds bad, but when the kids backs against the wall every day of their life, and that's what they dream about, is making money and making their family better. I picked neither one of those boys because both of them first rounds to me. I thought they both should have won a Biletnikoff the year Jamar won it. You know, Justin had 115 catches that year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so she know how we feel about him. You know,
I told Rico you weren't going to pick one. He didn't listen to me.
She said she wasn't going to pick, and I was like, I bet Mickey will pick.
No, because like you say, it just, when we found Justin, Ed Ogeron had the same plan I had. I was at Louisiana Tech. We were saving a scholarship for him, and Ogeron, he was saving a scholarship for him also because we knew he was going to make it with his grades, and then when it came down to Jamar, Jamar didn't have a really offer until Ogeron took over and said, we need to offer this kid, because I think the previous staff offered him as a defensive back or wanted him to play defensive back. There was some rumors about that, but at the end of the day, those 2 good kids, and you go to war with kids like that. You go to battle with them,
and you don't pick. You don't pick.
No, we don't pick. We don't pick because you know what? They all get that ass chewing. That's the ones that's sitting in that room right there. Everybody gets it. It's nobody's that don't get it. Everybody gets it.
That's right.
Everybody.
Well, Coach,
and that's one thing that they know and they accept. But you know what? They're where we thought they would be.
That's right.
Well, Coach Joseph, thank you so much for that for that fantastic answer. I didn't get my question answered, but it's fine.
Thanks for proving me right, man.
All right.
That was a great answer. Thank you so much.
All
right. Man.
I told you.
Whatever.
I think I know him just a little bit.
I guess. I
Just
kind
a
of
little
figured
bit.
he wouldn't pick, but I just wanted to see if maybe.
Maybe you could.
I picked
convince him.
Jamar.
You picked Jamar.
I picked Jamar.
They're both great,
They seem great.
and they're great together.
Oh, are they?
They're funny together. They're a good time. They're fun. Is that it?
It is. It is. We got 45 seconds left.
Oh wow, that went by kind of fast.
It did. I'm still extremely upset about the Knicks. Nothing has answered my questions.
Listen,
But it's fine.
It might not get better.
It definitely
It
will.
can't get worse.
It definitely can.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate we appreciate Kaine Williams stopping in and
Thanks,
sharing
Kaine.
his experiences, being in Alabama, now coming to Nebraska, and how he's looking forward to playing for Nebraska and being more of a downhill safety, ready to light people up,
Get
take people's
physical.
heads off.
He wants to get physical.
I appreciate Mickey Joseph answering our question very eloquently and not answering mine, but it's whatever. We will see you next week.
Next week from the beach.
From the beach, you're listening to Behind the Game with PJ. Adios.
From selling a home to even building one,